Greetings, my fellow enthusiasts. You're watching or listening to the first episode of my new season after my day job. Cheers. I'm going to share with you how you can find value, creative expression, and lead outside of work. With 14 years of personal experience on this journey, it has shaped how I live my life. The success I've had in my life never really happened at work. All of it, happened after. And I'm going to provide some tips on how you could possibly get the same results. And I'm eager to get you to a place where you live your best life and actually feel in control of your own fulfillment. Today, I kick this episode off with an alarming stat that shines a light on the need for today's topic of discussion. I read via McKinsey & Co. that 76% of workers admit that they primarily work to feel a sense of value and purpose. And I'm not surprised by that. But what's triggering are the following statistics that shine the light on how undervalued people feel. 84% of employees feel that their contributions often go unnoticed or underappreciated. Every individual has the power to shape their own narrative. If you can't find validation where you work, how about exploring opportunities outside of it? That sounds so simple, but how many of us are actually doing that? Today's discussion is inspired by a period in my 20s where I got tired of the limitations of my job and the politics one had to put up with just to be seen. This is where it all started for me. About 12 years ago, I found myself in my mid-20s working for a very young and vibrant tech company. My role primarily revolved around very boring administrative and graphic design work. And deep down, I had a passion for event planning. One year, I was able to talk them into letting me plan a VIP private dinner for 25 people with $30,000. And boy, did I go to town. As much joy that it brought me to see my contributions form, I knew deep down that my ultimate dream job would never be found within those office walls. Why? They had the job I wanted. I grew up being very ambitious, okay? I asked my mother and brothers, what was Javaris doing in the 5th grade? Stuff a 5th grader wasn't expected to do. Reading long form books, which I don't do anymore, leading a step team, selling candy, freezing Fantas. Look, driven by ambition, I took matters into my own hands. And I decided to do my own thing and founded my own production company, hosting lavish nightlife events and artist events in spaces like the Drake Hotel and hidden buildings that expose the best of Chicago. As thrilling as it was, I did often find myself many nights wanting to quit, sitting in the dark with tears, burdened by being broke because all of my money went into my passion projects. And my salary was around like $30,000 then, so it was pretty tough. And when I say all of my money went to my passion projects, all of it. But when I stepped into my day job, I no longer worried about being seen, valued, or accomplished because all of that was happening for me outside of work. And nothing till this day can replace the joy and security I've created for myself. Many people believe that if their jobs don't align with their calling, it's not the right fit. But that's a misconception. When I was teaching kids, a job I really loved and hated at the same time, I knew it wasn't a part of my career journey. And even in my current role, I absolutely love it, but I know I have bigger plans outside of it. Look, not all jobs fulfill our expectations or purpose. Sometimes they're about paying bills, funding the building of your legacy, which can still be enjoyable. Because of this, the bigger truth is that jobs are not the cornerstone or the pinnacle of our opportunities to exist or showcase our potential. Look, by no means am I suggesting you ditch your job or deny the value jobs can bring, because they do bring value. What I'm getting at is this: there's so much more of us that lies beyond the confines of our workplaces. Humans put too much faith and security in our jobs. Take back your time and your legacy today. Keep in mind, regardless of your talents, your popularity, or your contributions, we are ultimately seen as overhead. What does that mean? Numbers, impact, and profits, and they're subject to fire us at any moment, no matter how long you've been there. And this is why we need to practice this exercise today. That's why I'm so passionate about this subject matter, and even more excited to teach you not only the importance of it, but how to go about living it out yourself this season. So, why am I pushing hobbies, passion projects, and entrepreneurship? And how do you know which category to pursue? Let's talk about it. I've personally experienced significant self-discovery, conquered fears, changed negative habits, overcome weaknesses, and discovered new strengths through these endeavors. The value I've gained surpasses what traditional education or even religious institutions could offer. So let's talk about hobbies, okay? If you're looking to ease your way into improving yourself, a skill or a trait, or even just your energy post-work, and you have limited time to connect, let me suggest hobbies, okay? Everything for me actually started with hobbies. I've been singing since I was born and writing songs since the 3rd grade, and I'm not lying to you. I found hobbies to be the most inexpensive and minimum commitment required of passion projects, hobbies, and entrepreneurship. And for the most part, they're outlets for your individual entertainment and growth. Outside of fun, hobbies can actually be good for perfecting a skill or an activity. Because I taught myself graphic design, I initially learned graphic design more and landed a really cool job. Once I improved it, it eventually became a part of my successful career. And that's why I say hobbies can be more than just fun. They can serve as valuable stepping stones for your professional journey. Hey, they're also excellent profile pictures for your dating profiles, okay? In the next episode, I break down how to identify your hobbies, which ones to pursue over time, and how they can lead to passion projects, which leads me to my next subject matter, passion projects. Did you know that 87% of people have a passion project they dream of pursuing, but 99% of them end up just talking about it over brunch instead? Because come on, it's easier to dream big over pancakes than to actually take the leap and pursue those passion projects, okay? Plus, brunch conversations are always fueled by mimosas, so the ideas flow freely until reality sets in on Monday morning, okay? But passion projects, although they require more time, planning, and money, and short-term commitments, look, they're good for personal growth and development and identifying with something more purpose-driven. My passion project pursuits made me feel tied into something more impactful and purpose-driven. Be it hosting my own art show where I shared my experiences as a Black man in social spaces, or spending 8 months producing an EP that's on all streaming platforms. And by the way, I'm working on another EP that's being released this year. The first single is actually pretty solid, just finished doing the demo for it. I'm excited to share it with you. Passion projects are ideal for individuals seeking something in between hobbies and entrepreneurship. So leading me to my next subject matter, entrepreneurial endeavors. This journey isn't for the faint of heart, okay? It may sound appealing, but it's far from glamorous. However, I would still recommend it to anyone, any day of the week, even while maintaining a full-time job. In one of my episodes, I share the mistake of confusing passion projects with entrepreneurial projects. And while I had ideas and took some action, I didn't execute the necessary steps for substantial growth. This is the highest elevation of my post-work pursuits. Because of it, I'm an owner, a leader, and an executor. Look, this does challenge you to be innovative, thinking not just about the product, but also how it grows, right? You will expand your mindset beyond the confines of your current work role as well. So entrepreneurship is really cool, and I spend an entire episode talking about it, and I spend the rest of this season, part 2 of season 2, talking about how you can do that successfully. Most of what people are looking for when it comes to value can be found in extracurricular pursuits. When was the last time you felt fulfilled? Okay? And when was the last time you genuinely felt your abilities and talent were being used? I can't really explain the excitement in seeing your ideas materialize into reality, but it's a beautiful thing. Witnessing the joy of people celebrate the hard work you pour into your creations, it adds an extra layer of fulfillment and confidence. In closing, I know what you might be thinking. Society has conditioned us to believe that our careers define us, that our job titles hold the key to our self-worth and fulfillment. But let me tell you something, my fellow enthusiasts, you are so much more than your job. Don't confine yourself to the limits of a job description. I encourage you to take a moment and reflect on if you feel you're really using your time wisely after work. Are you being fulfilled? Are there dreams you put on hold, right? Your relationship with your friends and family. How do you feel about your growth and your commitments to your legacy? In summary, explore the possibilities that lie beyond the boundaries of your day job. For I believe that it is in those moments where you take control and you forge your own path, that you discover true value and fulfillment. And who knows, you might just create something extraordinary that leaves a lasting impact on both yourself and the world around you. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I'll see you on the next episode. And if you want more information on how to further these exercises, because these are bite-sized informations, sign up for my email list, ask your questions on the YouTube channels and even on social feeds, and I'll try my best to get back to each one. I'll see you on the next episode. Cheers.